The mainstream media has been known to perpetuate false narratives and misinformation about various topics, and one of the most significant examples of this is the way they report on Jesus Christ. For centuries, the media has been responsible for spreading lies and misconceptions about Jesus, his teachings, and his legacy. This phenomenon is not limited to secular media outlets, as even some Christian media outlets have been guilty of distorting the truth about Jesus. One of the primary reasons why the mainstream media makes up lies about Jesus is to advance their own agendas and ideologies. Many media outlets have a vested interest in portraying Jesus in a certain light, often to promote their own worldview or to appeal to their target audience. For example, some liberal media outlets may portray Jesus as a social justice warrior who advocated for the rights of the poor and marginalized, while conservative media outlets may depict him as a champion of traditional values and morality. These portrayals are often based on cherry-picked scriptures and out-of-context quotes, rather than a genuine understanding of Jesus' teachings and message. Another reason why the mainstream media makes up lies about Jesus is to sensationalize and attract attention. The media knows that Jesus is a figure who arouses strong emotions and passions, and by spreading false or misleading information about him, they can generate controversy and attract a large audience. This is particularly true during the holiday season, when media outlets often produce special reports and documentaries about Jesus that are designed to be provocative and attention-grabbing. These programs often feature so-called experts who claim to have uncovered new and shocking information about Jesus, but in reality, they are simply regurgitating old myths and misconceptions. The mainstream media also makes up lies about Jesus due to a lack of understanding and knowledge about his teachings and legacy. Many journalists and media personalities are not familiar with the Bible or Christian theology, and as a result, they often rely on secondary sources and superficial research to inform their reporting. This can lead to a distorted and inaccurate portrayal of Jesus, as media outlets may rely on outdated or discredited scholarship to support their claims. Furthermore, the media often prioritizes soundbites and headlines over substance and depth, which can result in a simplistic and misleading portrayal of complex theological issues. In addition to these factors, the mainstream media's lies about Jesus are also fueled by a broader cultural and societal trend of anti-Christian bias. In recent years, there has been a growing trend of hostility towards Christianity and Christian values, and the media has often been at the forefront of this movement. By spreading lies and misconceptions about Jesus, the media can contribute to a negative and distorted public perception of Christianity, which can have serious consequences for Christians and Christian communities. Finally, it is worth noting that the mainstream media's lies about Jesus are not just harmless misinformation, but can have real-world consequences. By distorting the truth about Jesus and his teachings, the media can contribute to a culture of confusion and misinformation, which can lead to a decline in spiritual values and a lack of understanding about the importance of faith and religion. Furthermore, the media's lies about Jesus can also perpetuate negative stereotypes and prejudices against Christians, which can have serious consequences for individuals and communities. In conclusion, the mainstream media's lies about Jesus are a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that is driven by a range of factors, including ideological agendas, sensationalism, ignorance, and anti-Christian bias. By understanding these factors, Christians and non-Christians alike can be more discerning and critical of the information they consume, and can work to promote a more accurate and nuanced understanding of Jesus and his teachings. Ultimately, it is up to each individual to seek out the truth about Jesus, rather than relying on the distorted and misleading portrayals that are often presented in the mainstream media.